All right, hey folks, it's Isaiah Williams with Unscrypted Chaos, and we're going to get right into it. I have a special guest today. It is Nate Wielkiewicz. Did I pronounce that right?
You got it. It gets butchered every which way, and he got it the first time.
I got that grit, I got that grind, I'm built for overtime. Yeah. Unscripted chaos, truth, that's a fact, yeah, and it's story time. Whoa. I sacrifice, I pay the price, I turn my scars into hustle, build up the muscle, I just run the play, I'm used to the pressure, yeah, that type of texture, yeah, it's unscripted.
That was the first time.
Hey, okay, I like that. Let's get right into it. So we got another entrepreneur here that just wants to, let's talk about a little bit of the unscripted chaos that might have brought us to being an entrepreneur and being who you are today.
Absolutely, man.
So let's get right to it.
From a very young age, I wasn't really good at school or anything like that. I was always doing my own thing. It was, unfinished notes on this side, but I was doing my own studying on this side for whatever it was, if it was cars or bikes at the time.
Yeah.
I tried college. That wasn't my thing at all.
Big car guy?
Yeah. Oh, I'm a really big car guy.
I saw that.
And that's actually kind of really what led me to be where I'm at today with the discipline. I've never really came from money, I guess, or had a whole abundance of money.
Yeah.
So the car was like, hey, you have to pay $20,000 by the end of this month. How are you going to figure that out? And then it was like, how do I do this?
Right.
And then there was a sink or swim thing. It's like, well, at the end of this month, I have this big bill. How am I going to pay for it?
Right.
And in doing that, it was just a matter of how many hours can I work? Where can I get the most overtime? What can I do on the side for $20 here and there type of thing?
Right.
And, ultimately, whatever it was that I was doing, I did it to the max exertion of it. And then I realized, let's say if you're an hourly employee, well, to a certain extent, you can only work 24/7.
Yeah.
Like, there's still a cap to that. But like you and I, if we work for ourselves, we can do unlimited different things and have the unlimited ROI on it. So
right.
That was where I realized that in order to have the purpose that I wanted to provide for myself, my family, and the community, I had to do something only for myself.
Right.
And the saying, it's like, if you're not building your dream, you're building somebody else's. And that really, really resonated with me because I did not like waking up and just building somebody else's dream. And that's the way it felt for me.
Yeah.
So I tried a bunch of different things. A bunch of things didn't work, obviously, as you know. You're just trying to different things and making it happen.
And then that's kind of
the chaos of it.
Yeah, exactly. Unscripted chaos. And that's what I think a lot of people don't know. They think that they see a business owner, they think, dang, he just got lucky, or he had one idea that just went off, and
I wish
I would have thought of that.
And something on with that, what you said too, was it's a Hormozy thing. It's a opportunity paralysis, where there's so many opportunities out there, you never do anything.
Right.
Or what I started doing was like, hey, I had a buddy that was doing well in this area, or I had another buddy that was doing really well in doing this. So I was always like, well, if I could do this like they were doing, I could do really well too. But that was never my thing. I didn't even like what they were doing.
Right. You just saw the end result.
Exactly. But that's kind of like what you said too. You think, oh, everybody just gets lucky, they made it here, but they don't realize there's a decade of crap they had to go through every single day to even be at the surface of the iceberg today that you see.
Yeah. Well, and that's exactly it. And that's why I want this channel to be that purpose of telling the story too. Like, I was just talking to another buddy of mine that you may know. He actually referred me to you.
Okay.
Yep. His name's Tyler.
Oh, very cool.
Right? Tyler Minks.
Yes, very cool.
Grew up with him. Guy who gave me a chance when no one else did.
That's awesome.
Like, because I was the new guy to school, and they came from Kennedy, and I was just like, dang, I want to be like them, And he reached out just when I went full time.
Yeah.
And he came by, stopped by, and he's just like, man, you got to check out Nate. Only for the fact that day, I think you had a plow truck go down.
Yep.
What did you do? Did you go out and hand?
I did. Well, customers are number one for me, and I like to get them taken care of. So yeah, I went and I shoveled every single driveway.
Yeah. See, that's nuts. Anyone being in Minnesota knows that's hard work.
It wasn't easy, but we got it done. It didn't profit a whole lot that night, but the customers are taken care of before they had to leave for work the next morning.
See, now that's amazing. See, so that was the whole purpose of it. And before I forget, what is your business name?
I own Property Potential Services. We do asphalt seal coating, crack filling, and snow removal.
How long have we been doing that?
I've been doing the asphalt stuff for probably, honestly, the last 8-9 years now, almost a decade.
Jeez.
And I've been doing the things on the side for probably about the past 4 years. We worked with a couple different guys here and there type of thing, and it was always just a clash of personalities, work ethics, capital, things like that. So I went fully on my own this year.
Really?
Yes, this is I should say 2025 was my very first year as a full-time business owner.
Okay, congratulations.
So, thank you, man. It wasn't easy. I did it with like no cash, no capital, nothing like that. It was just a sink or swim. We got to make it type of thing.
a man with a dream.
Exactly.
And I came up with this quote the other day, and I like this. Sometimes you got to bet on yourself with no chips.
Oh, absolutely, spot on.
Right?
That's the way to do it, is betting on yourself.
That's kind of exactly how I did too. It's like, don't get me wrong. Like when we founded this company, like I was just like, I either have to go full in or full out. It's one or the other, right? And when I dove into it, I was just like, man, like the mentality changed. Like you said, you start thinking for the business owner in which you're working for.
Oh, absolutely.
How do I make him more money? How do I make her
Yes.
more money? Then you go home stressed about what you did through the day. And then you wake up again, how do I make them more money?
Yes.
Now you're stuck in a cycle, you know? So how do you break that cycle? And a lot of people call it the rat race. It took me hearing that term. And I'm serious, like there's nothing wrong with working for people at all, because you have to have a role, right? A lot of people dream big, but it's okay to understand that your job could be a part towards your dream.
Yes, absolutely.
Like you needed a job to get to where you're at, right?
So for a little backstory, I had a partnership. Great guy. We get along just fine now. We just simply didn't see eye to eye on a lot of things.
Yep.
So after I got out of the partnership, I just went back to full-time employment. And it wasn't something where I'm like, this is what I want to do the rest of my life. This is going to be part of the story.
Yeah.
This year I need to build capital up, get kind of under my feet again financially, and then we can go do something else. So it was like what you said, I'm not really nagging if anyone likes their job or has a great career profession like that, but it's like, I think a lot of people wake up and they just do not like what they're doing. They live life on autopilot. It's the same day over and over.
Right.
And kind of like what you said, for me, it's the rat race. I'm like, why do I want to do the same day, the same week, the same month, et cetera, over and over and over again? Like there's no purpose in life for that for me. So that was the same way with you said with the rat race for me.
Yeah. And the second I understood it, it's like you get stuck in this complex, like, okay, I have to go work, because that's what's paying the bills. Not knowing that if you were to go work for yourself, you could go pay your bills and more.
Right.
But you don't know what you don't see.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
100%.
And that's exactly the foundation we were kind of set up in as America. And that's not a bad way, but it's just like, look at the winners, write history.
Yes.
And they need workers. So if that's the case, then build them as that. But
absolutely,
it takes people who break the chains that knowledge is free. This conversation, getting out to the next entrepreneur, it could change someone's life. But like that's why this whole point of like networking, actually going to have conversations that might be uncomfortable.
Yes.
Doing things like people might not believe about it. This is our first time meeting.
Yeah.
But you would never know that, but it's worth being in that same room with the same passion.
Oh, absolutely. Like-minded people around you will bring you so far.
Yeah.
And it took me a very long time to realize that too.
100%.
Because I had a bunch of friends that I was really good friends with, and it was tough to leave them behind, if you will. But if you're climbing the ladder and they don't want to come with you, it's just more baggage you got to, or more baggage you got to carry up with you.
Yeah.
So it's tough, but it's the same thing. You got to surround yourself with like-minded people.
100%.
And that's where we really started to see a lot of success. And like, oh, this makes sense.
Right, because you can actually start talking about. You should get to a point where your wins don't feel like you're bragging.
Correct. And there was a saying that I always love reposting, and it says, sit with winners, the conversation is different. Just like what you said.
I love that. Just a little remix on it. But
absolutely. Same thing.
It's huge, because then you start to blossom and you start realizing that there's no envy in your conversation. It's
right.
Okay, like I like that. Like let's build on that. Or have you thought of this? Without wanting to tear you down the whole time. Because you can say that to a lot of your friends, or like I've ran into it. All the people who have, and thank you for purchasing one of the hoodies as well.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Right?
Absolutely.
Everyone who's purchased a hoodie, not my main friends I grew up with.
Isn't that kind of funny how that works, huh?
I knew that was going to be how that works. But that's what it's all about. Right. You kind of got to keep going, growing, and with each next step, you don't know who you're going to meet on that step.
Right. And that could bring you up 5 other levels too.
Exactly.
You never know.
100%. So it's like, I'd say that's a huge thing. And it's just like, on top of that, how do you keep going? Like, so what is your reason? Before we started the podcast, we had so many things that we were talking about that I wish would have made it. But like I teach the boys, I do Boys of Hope group. There's 5 different parts of self. It's like an onion, right? Like the inside is your ba. It's an Egyptian word for like, what is your purpose? Like, what's the reason you got up today? What would you say that is for you?
I would ultimately say for just the sake of having the experience to do more than what I'm intended to do and offer that back to other people and help them learn that they have the same ability to do so as well.
See, I teach my boys to snap when there's some fire, so I like that. I like that. That's amazing.
It's tough. It's kind of like a coach. They have to go and gain the skill set kind of in an abundance before they can share it with you first. So I kind of look at it as I kind of have to be a little selfish first to be selfless. So in a sense of...
Say that one more time.
I have to be a little selfish first in order to be selfless. So for like an analogy is if I have one slice of pizza versus a whole pizza, well, now I can share it with everybody else.
Right.
So for me, I have to be a little selfish first so I can help other people and be selfless for them too.
Yeah, I guess that's how you have... Do you have employees?
I do not. I run everything solo. My biggest supporter is my fiance. She helps me. She went out and shoveled with me that same night when I went down, things
You're
like
kidding.
that. Yeah, she's a trooper, man. I love her to death.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Hey, well, shout out to the fiance and
Yeah,
congratulations.
she does
When are you guys getting married?
Thank you. We are getting married October 3rd of next year, or this year now.
Really?
Yeah, coming up.
Congrats, brother. That's amazing.
Yeah, thank you, man. Much appreciated.
They say, too, like the number one Mr. Wonderful, if you're familiar with him.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
That's your biggest business is who you spend time with on that. Because, like, I'm sure you could not do this without that support.
It would be very tough. It wouldn't be the same.
People got to talk about that.
Yeah, and that's the thing, too, where it's a different... I guess that kind of gets me up in the morning, too, where I know there's other people that rely on me to go do the things that I need to do. That keeps me going forward, too.
Oh. Isn't that crazy? And then that was, bro, that's fire. Let me tell you, that is absolutely fire. You got the commentating section going out nuts right now, but that's huge because I even tell the boys, I keep going back to this, but it took me being a mentor for me to really look at myself from the third, like outside looking in.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? And sometimes you never know who's in your corner, but now here's the better part. You never know whose corner you're in that you don't even know.
Right. That's another angle to look
So,
at
like,
it
when
too.
you get up and do this thing every day, like, going the fact that you made a video yesterday, was it yesterday that you made a video about promoting all the small businesses?
Yep. Yeah, that was just yesterday.
Motivated the hell out of me.
Awesome. I love to hear it.
But you don't know that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just, that's infectious, but there could be someone else that watches that. It's just like, I hope this dude fails. And it's usually the people around you, because then they have something to talk about. Misery loves company.
Oh, absolutely.
So I love this friendship. We're gonna grow from this,
man,
but it's
I'm
just
so
like
excited for this.
Yeah, right. It's amazing. Like let's keep this going. Let me ask you a question. Where do you see your business in 3 years?
3 years, I see myself at a certain revenue amount, and we're really focused on implementing systems and just creating a self-sustainable business that can really provide for the employees that we do hire. 3 years, I want to have at least 2 crews going, and I just really want to have a core group of guys that we take care of, and they take care of the business too. That's where I see myself in 3 years.
That's huge. Systems are huge. We imply systems here, as you know. But why should someone work for you?
I would say ultimately because I want them to win with me. It's not one of those things. It's like, hey, you do this for me, and I pay you back for it. It's nope. If we're winning, I want you to win with me. So as we grow up, we're a newer company. As we grow, you're growing with us. And that's why I think it'd be really good to work for us.
That's huge.
Yeah, because I want to incorporate your dreams within my dreams too, so that way you can succeed as well. And that way you don't wake up every morning like, man, I got to go work for Nate every day.
Yeah, exactly, because he knows that he'll let me blossom into who I want to be within reason.
Correct. And I want to make sure that if it's an employee that says, hey, I want to go off and do my own thing too, I am empowering them with a stable enough income and also the guidance that they can go and do that too. I don't want them to be like, yeah, you have to stay and work for me for another 30 years and just be a slave. If you guys want to go off and do your own thing, let me help you and guide you in doing that so you don't make the same mistakes that I did.
Yeah. See, now that's huge. And that's what, going back to the founders of America, let me tell you, this is where they went wrong. Thomas Edison had a great man working for him who had a great idea. His name was Nikola Tesla. Just saying. And Nikola Tesla presented him with an idea. And he goes, nope, we can't have that. Like, you're not thinking how I'm thinking. And then he grew up to, now that's how we are powering this whole show.
Right. Absolutely.
I just like to put that back there, right? I'm big on that, right? So that's absolutely huge. Another thing I'd like to bring up, too, is just like for the entrepreneurs that are watching, right? Piece of advice we can give them.
Man, bet on yourself. And you cannot listen to somebody that has never done what you wanted to do. So if you've never been a millionaire, I can never ask you how to be a millionaire. You cannot tell me how to be that because you've never been that. So for me, I would take advice from everybody that wasn't doing what I wanted to do or where I wanted to go, they weren't there. So I would get the wrong advice.
Right.
So kind of like how we had talked about being surrounded by like-minded people, you got to put yourself in those groups. Kind of like how you and I are together right now.
Right.
We're surrounded by like-minded people, just like everybody else here. And that was what really changed my perspective on everything. And if that's one thing I could tell the entrepreneurs, find people that are like you.
Yeah.
Because anybody else that's not like you is just going to drain you.
Isn't that the truth?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because you'll catch yourself trying to shine your light and they just dim it.
Well, for example, is like, I kind of got really overweight for a while, like the freshman 15, if you will. So I started going to the gym. A lot of my, close buddies, you think you're better than us? You don't want to go and drink every weekend type of thing. Oh, what, you're eating that, chicken and rice and, the whole thing. And, you always hear the buzz, you know, and I'm like, oh, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But then, every day in the gym, I start making more, new friends, if you will. And they're like, hey, try this, or, try this recipe, or, hey, like implement this strategy into your roofing program. And it was like a whole flip flop from like, hey, why are you doing all this, to like, hey, like, let us help you out and like, get more accustomed to everything.
Right.
So that's the one and only thing is just surround yourself with people that are like-minded.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, that is huge. And it's hard to find sometimes.
Yes.
But like we had said earlier too, like if you catch yourself feeling like before this, you had said like, like you got to be comfortable being uncomfortable. Like, that's when you're in your spot of growth.
Yes.
Of whoever you want to be as a person. Right. Because it's just like, not saying you didn't want to do a video. You were 100% in.
Oh, I'm nervous as crap about all these things. But I know that I talked to you about it, and I told him is if I don't want to do it, that's why I know I need to do it.
Right. See, that's huge. So for anybody that's listening, right, like this isn't like if your mom told you to not go do the dishes, right? That doesn't mean do it. But I mean, like, take that and run with it. Like, you have something in your mental that like, shoot, like I see this person daily, even if it's your boss.
Absolutely.
Right? Go have that conversation that you might not have had, but you will stand apart from every other person in
Correct.
there, right? And I don't mean to tie this back, but the reason I'd asked you about like why should people work for you, is because I think that's going to be the future. Nowadays the younger generation, they have such a strong mindset that if they have like they don't care what you have going on at home, right? So like I'm not saying all of them, because I can represent some of the younger generation, but it's what can you do for them and likewise. So I think it takes a little bit matter of, I've worked for so many people that no one else knew them, but I took the time to have a conversation with them, and those were the same people that would go through the day and talk shit about the company.
Right.
But then you have the next guy who's going to pick up garbage because he goes, no, this is where we work. There's a level of pride too.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Of
course.
So that's why I wanted you to be able to share that story, because so maybe down the road, these employees, they see this and then they're part of that story. They're growing with you.
Yes.
It's not someone that just needs a job.
Right. And that's what I really want to be able to offer to whoever it is. It's, you don't need a whole bunch of experience if you're completely green. Like, let me show you the right way to do things instead of just yell at you when you didn't do it right. Yeah. Because in my brain, I know how to do everything, but I always forget that somebody new doesn't.
Yeah. Isn't that the truth? Right. Yeah. It takes a little bit of mercy, right? To sometimes do that, right? And that's what it's all about.
Oh, absolutely.
And I kind of want to go back to, you said systems.
Yes.
Right? What kind of systems do you want to imply? Like, what does your day of life look like? Do you go out and prospect? Do you call people, or?
Right now, early on in the business, this is my second year, so I wear all the hats. We do all the marketing. I manage the website, the Google, et cetera, et cetera. I do the leads. So system-wise, I'm trying to delegate tasks off. That way we have more, or I should say myself has more time to work on the business rather than in the business. So systems directly, specifically, it would be like a job site SOP. This is how we arrive at the job site. This is where we park. This is how we unload. This is why we do it. This is how we do it, step by step. And then that way it's something like, let's say, for example, like sometimes my pump on the seal coat trailer gets clogged. Yeah. If you don't unclog it in the proper way, you can cost me a lot of money and we'd be down for a week.
Right.
So it's one of those things where if I can eliminate, because I know all these things, but say somebody on the job, if they don't know what I know, they're never going to have that knowledge. Right. So a system is where if I could put what I know in material where they're like, hey, how do we unclog this? Oh, we'll just go back to this book. And they go step by step by step. There's no way they can mess that up. And it eliminates a call back to me like, hey, Nate, how do we fix this? They're like, nope, we know how to do it. Boom, boom, boom. Keep going.
Right.
That's what I'm working on with systems, to make it where it's almost impossible to fail.
Okay. You mind if I do a segment real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
We're going to do a segment here brought to you by the Break Room 24/7. Systems that guide an AI that helps you place here. So one thing that we do here at the Break Room here is not only are we able to help with AI, but we're able to integrate AI into your business. And I want to ask you a quick question. How would AI work for your business?
It would be tremendously helpful, I think, in a lot of follow-up things, funneling systems. Like for my thing, I have a lot of different lead sources from, say, like a website, if it's the phone call, if it's Instagram, Facebook, whatever.
Yep.
Where if we could have an AI system say, hey, we'll handle all these leads for you and funnel them to one place, so you have like just a specific CRM, I could see that being a super big benefit for an industry like myself and a lot of other industries like that too.
I'm glad that we've shared partnership today, because that's what we offer here at the Break Room.
I love to hear it.
Okay, so we'll be able to show you that on the end here, and I'm not here to sell you, but I'm here to help you.
Absolutely.
And that's what I like to do, because I said this before the podcast too. I hate selling, but if I can help you buy something that makes you make sense,
correct,
and help you do that. So what AI is able to do is you're able to make an AI live agent. We can make whoever you want for phone calls, a receptionist. We could do it for tracking the leads. But now where I wanted to find your open hole is we can put your brain into AI in regards to your system.
Yes.
Now every time one of your employees is on a job site, you just type in pump. If pump were to fault, you already put your system in place.
That would be a huge like relief on my shoulders.
We have that. I'm just letting you know we have that. Whenever that
amazing.
conversation comes down the road, we're ready.
Well, we're definitely going to have it.
But that's the whole point of this, right, too? So, like, that's what I also wanted to do with us, because everyone's so scared of AI right now. But you can't run away from it.
It's like the internet.
Yep.
You
and it's
use
like
it,
the
get
automobile.
ahead. Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, so if I can help do it the right way for these businesses and also show what we do offer here, because a lot of people thought I just sold hoodies, and it's just
it's way more than that, you guys.
Exactly, and we appreciate that. But the power of AI is we're able to show ET in a hoodie or show me in a photo shoot. Or if you call me at night and I'm sleeping, I answer and follow up with you, and now I actually manage that lead. You see what I'm saying? So that was a little bit of a segment here, first segment of the Break Room, but I just wanted to
add something on back for that segment too. I know there are a lot of business owners out there too that lose a lot of leads because they can't answer the phone because they're working or they're in a meeting or something like that. But if you come in with an AI system where I never miss a call, that would be huge for a lot of other business owners in the space too.
Doing it.
Let's do it.
Before we end, you want any piece of advice for the viewers or any advice to me or the Break Room? Where do you see it?
For you, keep doing what you're doing. You already bet on yourself, so I don't have to tell you that. Viewers, bet on yourself if you haven't yet.
Amen. Hey, that's Unscripted Chaos. Thank you, Nate. We appreciate you so much. Hey, and it's property.
Potential services.
That's right, with Nate Wielkiewicz.